from what the threads I'm trying to connect is that there was this old magician who was Magnify Grammary, who was the biggest wizard, not a wizard, but a magician, like a stage magician, the greatest stage magician of them all, whose tricks kept amaze people for over duration. It was basically like Houdini, and his trademark performance, are kept secret. Nobody else except him could perform those tricks. On his deathbed, he had two heirs. It was Zach Gramery and Valiant. I think he got the name Grammary too, but none of them were their legitimate son. Magnify only had one daughter, who was Thalassa. Thalassa was married to Zach. And Thalassa had a child with Zach, which was Trucy. And after she gave birth to Trucy, there was an accident. They were rehearsing a trick in Virginia, where there were there were some gunshots, and she was left for dead. I think she died. And what happened is, yeah, since it was Magnify's only daughter, he put some blackmail into them, and he gave him direct, precise instruction. If like first to Zach, because he was the son-in-law, and should he fail, he would give the right to Valiant. And when Zach came in, he said he had to shoot one bullet in the head. And there was, when he get in, like Magnify was sleeping, he had his IV on, and there was this puppet, like a doll, a clown doll, who was dressed just like Magnify. So the guy took the gun and shot the puppet in the head instead of shooting him in the head. If he had shot the magician in the end, he would never get the rights. So I thought it was a test. So it's like, okay, I shoot the puppet in the head. So he succeeded in the trick, and he gave the passing rights, like, to him. And then Valiant came in and he said, okay, sorry, Zach got the right. And as soon as Valiant left, Magnifier killed himself. When Valiant found that, he said, you know what? Maybe I could pin this on Zach. So he tampered with the evidence. He used some of he raised the IV bag, like with a syringe, and to extend the size of the solution, the IV bag, to make it think like that the crime happened earlier, like when Zach was there. So there was a trial that was Phoenix's last trial, and before he got onto stage, he received an extra piece of evidence from a mysterious girl who happened to be Trucy, but we didn't know it yet. He was left. He went to the trial. He was fighting against the prosecutor at the time was Clavier Gaviner, who was a rookie prosecutor, but on the side he was also a rock star, a German rock star, like Clavier with a K. And yeah, when he presented the evidence, Clavier was stiff somehow. because he presented a special witness, and out of respect of Phoenix, he asked to be in a closed room. So he asked for the judge, for the audience to get out of the court. So it was be a private. It would be between the judge, the defense, the prosecution, this witness, and bailiff for security. Nobody else. And the guy was a forger, was Vera's dad, but he passed out. He was pretending to be the counterfeit. Like he was the buffer. So the father was the buffer, since the daughter was so talented and he was a painter, but he could also do some counterfeiting, but not as good as the daughter. And just realized, oh yeah, that piece of evidence that Phoenix produced, that's mine. So Phoenix lost his badge. Zach had an escape plan, so he left in smoke screen and stuff like that, using his magic trick and using his daughter, who was nearby, was helping him escape. But it wouldn't be too difficult because the bailiff was Meekins, who was demoted from being an officer to a bailiff. I don't know if that still counts as a demotion. Probably. Anyway, besides the point. So Zach disappeared. Like, he was never heard of again. He was missing. And he was never caught by the police. But since they have enough evidence that Valiant tampered with the evidence, he went to jail. Even though there were no murder, it was suicide. But back then, it was not proven that it was a suicide. So Phoenix lost his badge, and he tried to find another way to prove to the world that the evidence systems, like everything rely on evidence, this system doesn't work, because he had no proof to defend his client, and the only proof that he can rely on was falsifies, was counterfeit. And like, he wanted to prove that, because too many people win their case, even on the prosecution side. Like, even Von Karma does that. Even Miles was accused of doing that at some point. Maybe he didn't, maybe he didn't. Who's to say? Maybe he hides his tracks pretty well. But basically, yeah, 7 years later, Phoenix tried to find what happened with this whole Gramarye affair, and he found a guy named Shady Smith, who happens to be Zach Gramarye under an alias, a false name, and he gave a piece of paper to Phoenix, like some sort of letter that said that after 7 years, if a person is missing, he's declared dead. So he said, okay, I'm gonna be officially dead, so I'm gonna say that I died, and that Valiant, no, he would confess that he would have killed, Magnify, but instead of giving the rights to Valiant, he would give the rights to his daughter Trucy. And but before everything had happened, he was killed by Christoph Gavin, who happens to be Apollo's justice mentor. And Phoenix was still trying to give him a nudge, because he turned out that he heard about this boy, because this boy had some sort of the same magnified talent of seeing through the unseen. Like, it's in the bloodline. Trucy has that talent, but he does. And we figured out that the reason why he does is because he's also Thalassa's child, but from another marriage before. Like, before Thalassa was with was with Zach. He was with another man, and they had a child. It was Apollo, and he was put into an orphanage. Then something happened. We don't know much. We don't know much about Apollo's father. As far as Apollo knows, he's an orphan. And yeah, probably. Well, he probably is because like we assume that Thalassa is dead, but there's something about her picture that reminds me of someone else, and we're probably gonna have confirmation of that later on. But for the moment, it is what it is. Um, and now, about this case, about the girl, the counterfeit, she's been accused of killing her father through poison. And because she was the only one there, like there was an interview with some guy was looking into the grammar thing. Like the guy would have drink his coffee and then die, but like we found the acinin in his mouth, but he found out that the poison was not from the coffee, but was from a stamp to pay the guy was being blackmailed, like to do some forging evidence and stuff like that, and why does it say still 1 minute? I don't get. Oh, okay, never mind. Why does it say still 1 minute? I don't get. Sorry. Oh, okay. Never mind. All right. Just weirdly displayed. Okay. So, yeah, they're trying to figure out his murder, and then she was nervous being on stage having to testify. Then she was biting her nails, and we were assumed that there was poison on the nail polish because she had a trocan and she fainted. I think this is where we left off. And you know what? I think I'm gonna jump into the game right now. I think you have all the missing pieces from the last trial, or if you're not, you've heard about. You probably would be uh, playing about. You probably saw the other highlighted video from 10 months ago. Yeah, if you're worrying why my headphone doesn't stick perfectly because it's broken. I had to tape it back with duct tape and it doesn't fit perfectly. It kind of bleeds out, but you know what? I kind of like it that way because I can hear myself better because I don't want to make too much noise for my neighbors, and I have to keep an eye like at the open so I can hear my voice better, so I can do voices better voice for voice acting. All right, so this is where we were. Welcome to court. I want to check the sound if it's not too loud. Testing, check 1 2. Okay, it's fine. I'll probably go low it in my earphones because it's loud in my it's in my ear, so I'm gonna lower here. So, welcome to court. 7 years, all leading to one verdict. This is Phoenix Wright with his regular clothes. He finally managed to get all the pieces of evidence. With there was a hidden cam inside of his pin, his badge that he has on his beanie. Like there's a hidden camera inside of it on this pin. A verdict, which you must decide. Is the defendant Vera Misham innocent or guilty? The courtroom doors are opening. The trial awaits. Are you ready to begin? Courtroom number 3. Preparation complete. Oh, I have to click that. Okay, good. Episode 4, third of our succession. Something inside me, rising, surfacing. Now we see the picture of Christoph, we see all the evidence, and then we see Christoph Gavin. Something important, lost long ago. It's close now, so close. October 9th, 10 a.m. District Court. Courtroom number 3.
Court is now in session for the trial of Vera Misham.
The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution's ready to rock.
Prosecutor Gavin, how is the defendant, Vera Misham's condition?
Acute atropine poisoning. According to her physician, she could die at any time. Thus, her absence from the courtroom today. What? They can't put her on trial without her being here? It is unusual. They should wait for her to get better and do it then. It's so bureaucratic of them. That's being a little harsh. Well, they can't delay the trial any longer, or they risk having no one left to try. A trial without a verdict can only cause grief. The records of this case and experience tell of this. You see the empty bench. Apologies to the defendant, but the show must go on. Right. If Vera dies, the trial will be cancelled. I'm not going to let that happen. Mr. Wright told me everything that's been going on behind the curtains all these years. I'm going to get Vera her innocent verdict while there's still time. I'm going to check the court record to see what I have. Yeah, the badge. I got the nail polish. I got the magic show ticket. I got the grammary envelope. Do not open until the time is right. Okay. The Vera's card. Defendant's business card. The address for Studios on the front. Coffee mug. Traces of the slow-acting deadly poison natural opinion were found on the rim. Red envelope found the victim's desk drawer contains 2 sheets of writing paper. The hidden painting found at Drew Studio, notable for the large peach in the foreground. Mission's contact with the outside world, it's empty. Tiny frame measuring 2 inches by 2 inches, bears traces of deadly poison atroquinone. Portrait, obtained at Drew Studio, that bit in the middle is supposed to be a person. Acrylic, obtained at Drew Studio, an undersea scene of vivid colors. Landscape, obtained at Drew Studio, only half finished, the rough sketch is still visible. Commemorative stamp, sent to the real client, air quote, touch the check button for details. It has the picture of Drew Grammary. Notebook page, forged to look like a page of Magnifier's diary, touch the check button for details. The yellow letter from Misham, letter posted by Drew Misham just before dying, poison traces found on the stamp. That was left at Christoph's, so this is a facsimile. Hello, Cryptic Kraken, thank you very much for dropping in. Hope you enjoyed your alert. Thank you very much for dropping. Misham's autopsy report. Report submitted as evidence by Prosecutor Gavin. Death by atropine poisoning. Estimating time of death 9 to 9:30 p.m. And this is all we have. Alright.
Very well. Your opening statement, Prosecutor Gavin.
The prosecution case is unchanged by recent events. Why did Vera Misham succumb to poison? Because she couldn't live with the guilt that she's done. Objection! But Vera was poisoned with atroquinone, the exact same poison that took her father's life. What better confession could you ask for? Being the killer, she would have had access to the poison, yeah? Significant, since it's rather hard to come by.
That is true.
In other words, I see no need for further discussion. We could have had our verdict yesterday.
Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no objection, then I see no reason to postpone the verdict.
What we need to worry about isn't the verdict, but the trial itself. The defense holds that Vera Misham is the victim, not the killer. If that's so, then you have to prove something. She was in court giving her testimony before us. And she fainted. How do you propose her killer poisoned her? Oh, and incidentally, it would be nice if you told us who her mystery killer was, yeah?
The prosecution objection is sustained. I ask the defense to prove its claim to this court. Tell us how Vera Misham was poisoned.
I've got two things to prove here. Who did it and how? Which shit first? Show the how. How did the killer poison Vera Misham? I will focus first on the method used.
Any comment before we begin, Prosecutor Gavin?
Not a bottle or container of the poison was found on the defendant's body.
I see. So the vector of poisoning is unknown. Is the defense prepared to prove how the poison reached Vera Misham?
Yes, Your Honor.
Very well.
What method was used to poison Vera Misham? It was the nail polish.
Take that!
What's this? My, what a beautiful bottle! I'd like to give whoever designed that a hand. Wink, wink.
Is that nail polish? It's colorless. Ah. Something the matter? No, nothing. Nothing at all.
So the killer put poison in this bottle and made her drink it?
As Prosecutor Gavin has told us, this is nail polish.
Nail polish?
It's like paint but for nails. Know any women with red nails?
Ah! My wife has red nails. Oh, I see. So she's been painting them all this time.
Let's recall yesterday's trial. Remember when Vera was testifying to the court?
Court is now back in session?
She's biting her nails right now. Vera seemed pretty tense. She's practically chewing her fingernails clean off. Whenever Vera becomes nervous, she has a habit of biting her nails.
Her nails? Ah!
Prosecutor Gavin? When the prosecution had Vera examined, did they check her nails? He's sweating.
Bailiff! Have them check the defendant's nails at once! Mr. Justice,
Yes?
do you know who did this? Do you know who put poison in that nail polish?
Yes! That bottle belongs to Vera Misham? Why do you ask? Know someone else who might have a bottle like this? No, just checking. He's still sweating. He recognized that bottle.
Mr. Justice, you are about to accuse someone of poisoning that bottle of nail polish. Please dispense with the chatter. You realize the weight of this accusation. Here, let me show you.
Alright, understood, Your Honor. So I have more to lose if I get a mistake on this one, but I'm pretty confident on who it is. So I'm gonna lose double points if I get a mistake there. Understood, Your Honor. No problem. I know what I'm doing this time.
Then let us ask. Who poisoned Vera Misham via nail polish?
Christoph Gavin, Your Honor.
What's this? Christoph Gavin?
Objection!
What's your game? My bro, there's no way he would do a thing like that. You should know that better than anyone else.
Indeed. He is behind bars.
I know. However, that doesn't mean it was impossible to do what he did. What? Ask yourself when you put the poison in the bottle. Could have been yesterday, could have been a month ago. Maybe it was a year ago, or perhaps it was 7 years ago.
But, Christoph Gavin had no money for killing this poor girl. It's simply inconceivable.
Prosecutor Gavin doesn't seem to think so. Yeah, he's swearing. Clavier ... That face tells me one thing. Christoph Gavin's own younger brother doesn't find it inconceivable at all.
Well, Prosecutor Gavin, if you feel there is a clear and pressing need, then we may have to summon Christoph Gavin from jail as a special witness.
Fine. I've known for some time that an impenetrable darkness lurks at the bottom of this. A darkness that has swallowed even myself. Apollo ... Okay. The defense's wish is granted. Let prisoner Christoph Gavin take the stand.
Bailiff, begin proceedings to call a special witness. The witness is Christoph Gavin, currently residing at solitary cell number 13 at Central Prison.
Your Honor, how nice to see you again.
It's been a while, hasn't it?
To what do I owe the pleasure of your company? It's not every day I'm summoned from my solitary cell. In fact, it's never. I think you already know Mr. Christoph Gavin. Mr. Justice. I hear you've been doing quite well for yourself. Why do I feel like somehow he's still my boss?
You can do it!
Does this bottle look familiar? Ariadone nail polish? Why yes, I use it myself. As did the late defendant, I hear. She's not dead yet. Was there something concerning this bottle you wish to ask me about? I admit I respect her for her taste in nail polish. Her taste indeed. End quote. This nail polish was how Vera Mission was poisoned. Atrokynin, was it?
You're well informed about the case, Mr. Gavin.
Even in solitary, much comes to my desk, and I have nothing to do but read. Well, Clavier? Maybe you can explain this? You're being accused again, by him, again. And? You agree with this accusation, do you?
Let's hold a proper trial, shall we? Christoph Gavin, your testimony, please.
I would be delighted.
The charge against you are quite severe, Mr. Gavin. You are suspected of the poisoning of the defendant, Vera Misham. Please testify on this matter to the court.
Owning the same nail polish does not a murderer make. I have been in solitary confinement for half a year. How could I poison her? Her father died of the same poison, the meaning of which should be clear. The prosecution's case is old. She poisoned her father, then attempted to poison herself. Surely you aren't going to suggest I was responsible for poisoning her father too? Whoops! Why does everything fall when I'm doing shit? Come on. Is that a problem with the clamp? Oh. Yeah, the thing broke off. The thing goddamn broke off. Can I? Is it better like this? Okay, yeah, alright, alright.
Well, I'm afraid the defense's claim is sounding rather unlikely.
Naturally. For one, I don't even know the missions. Isn't that so, Herr Justice? ...
Very well. Mr. Justice, begin your cross-examination.
I'm accusing Christoph Gavin, my ex-boss. But I know he poisoned the mission. The question is, when could he have done it? Not to mention why. Alright, let's press on everything. Poisoning Vera. Oh, and there's the bracelet is acting up too. So I need to find out where he lies and how does he lie. Tell me, is this nail polish expensive? Aviadani is a nail polish of the highest order. Not only it is fabulously expensive, but it is made in extremely limited quantities. And you and Vera just happen to both use it? That can be a coincidence.
Objection!
I'm guessing it's not a coincidence. Huh? It's simple. Ariadani is the best nail polish one can buy, correct? Then, if one wasn't the best nail polish, one would buy it.
That makes sense. Why, it's a bit like my feelings toward my brand name Gavel here.
And my silk top hat. Are we all done showing all our refined tastes?
Please continue with your tasteful testimony.
I have been in solitary confinement for half a year. How could I poison her?
Hold it!
Can't you still make contact with the outside world in solitary?
Objection!
Ah, so he had an accomplice on the outside. Is this your latest accusation? I am allowed a certain modicum of letter writing.
Objection!
But the contents of those letters are closely checked. It would be extremely difficult to send a hit request.
Prosecutor Gavin's on the warpath, isn't he?
Yeah, you think so too, Trucy?
I bet I know why. He must be nervous with Big Brother watching.
And maybe that's a weakness I can turn to my advantage. Are we cool with that? May I continue? Her father died of the same poison, the meaning of it which should be clear.
Hold it!
The defendant is not dead yet. There are no known cases of someone surviving atroquinin poisoning. You seem to know a lot about atroquinin. I know a lot about a lot of things, which is why I suggest we pick up the pace. Or else you'll be short one defendant for what she's worth.
The witness will refrain from speaking ill of the ill.
My apologies. Shall I continue? The prosecution case is old. She poisons her father, then attempted to poison herself.
Hold it!
Vera had no reason to want to commit suicide. And also, who could commit suicide by doing her nails?
Objection!
The answer's quite simple, basically. Allow me to explain, beginning with why did she do it? Oh, the last line was Clavier. Wrong. It's okay, it's okay. I pretty give them the same voice but with different pitch, because the younger brother has a darker voice, and the younger brother has a light, higher voice. The answer's quite simple. She couldn't live with her own guilt. Next, why did she use nail polish to poison herself? Is simple, so she could die doing something that she liked. Something that she liked? But once she saw that the trial wasn't going her way, she knew she would die. And it's not easy to bring poison into a courtroom. Must I explain further?
I believe that's clear enough. Crystal clear.
Wow, the two brothers together are like a two-man wrecking team.
They could use a little more teamwork, though. Surely, you're going to suggest I was responsible for poisoning our father, too.
Hold it!
Both Vera and Mr. Misham were poisoned with atroquinine. That really can't be a coincidence.
Objection!
The defense is repeating fallacious statement based on conjecture. The prosecution requests concrete, unambiguous proof of the witness's crime.
Objection sustained. The defense will please present concrete proof.
Prosecutor Gavin seems strange to you too? He's like he's all grown up.
I think that's how prosecutors are supposed to be, actually. Though he is acting different than usual. I'll bet that has a lot to do with his brother Christoph being in the room.
Well, let's make this testimony count, Apollo.
Right. Quick and painless. My bracelet should do the trick. Okay, I'm questioning my ex-boss. His testimony seems watertight, but he's lying. I'm sure I'll be able to see something as long as I focus. So the lie would be here. I have been in solitary confinement for half a year. I could have poisoned her. So I need to check his face. Maybe his fingers? Is he gonna crisp his... I've been in solitary confinement for half a year. How could I poison her? No, that's not the finger. Here again. I'll check his face. Maybe maybe his glasses. Solitary confinement for half a year. Good eye. Poisoner. Maybe the other finger. The other hand. Let me check his body language first. Okay. Okay. Oh, now he's adjusting his glasses. Alright, let's try this here. Because that's a lie too. Now we can see his eyes. Surely, you aren't going to suggest... I was responsible for poisoning her father too. Oh, what's this? He has a scar. He has a scar on his right hand. Couldn't see that. Here again. But he was pulsating when he said this line. So I'm gonna get him when he's pulsating. Suggest I was responsible for poisoning.
Gotcha!
There. When the vein was pulsating, it made some sort of skull head. Like the scar made the smile, and the vein made it the curves of his eyes. It was you who killed Drew Misham. A bluff worthy of your new mentor, Mr. Wright. Oh, really? But you see, I saw it. Right when you said her father too. Your hand tensed unnaturally and the little devil appeared to give me the news. ... And? Let's assume, for the sake of argument, that you saw me being tense. What does that mean? Are all tense witnesses guilty? And tell me, was Drew Misham fond of nail polish too? Sorry, but there's more than one way to poison a man. You don't need nail polish. You don't need nail polish to get to someone's mouth. Oh. Then I must be very talented indeed. You see, Drew Misham was killed on October the 6th, while I was already in my solitary confinement cell at Central Prison. If that's not an alibi, then I don't know what is. But you found a way all the same, and I found it too. This is how you poison Mr. Misham, the stamp. I'm gonna do a little save. Oh shit. I didn't There you go. Still doing it, huh? Okay. That would be here, the tiny frame. No, the stamp, the commemorative stamp. Where is it? Shit. I had it. Here.
Take that!
I'm sure this commemorative stamp requires no introduction. ... The night Mr. Misham died, he was seen writing a letter. Atroquidin was found on this stamp, Mr. Gavin. So am I to understand this stamp was the murder weapon? Yes, you are. Oh, and yes, this stamp was found in your prison cell. He turns his face away, adjusting the lock of his hair. That is all, Your Honor.
Order! 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 Poison on the back of that stamp?
After Drew Misham was killed, someone paid a visit to this witness's cell. Phoenix Wright. Daddy? That's when he found the stamp. You made Drew Misham write you a letter. That's how you killed him. What?
My. You've upset my poor brother to the point of uselessness.
Allow me to clarify this matter of justice. All you need to do is recall witness Spark Brushall testimony.
Well, that's the thing, see? After he put his letter in that envelope, Mr. Misham sat there searching his desk drawer for something.
His desk drawer?
Yes, a stamp, a so-called postage stamps. End quote.
He was looking for a stamp. Ergo, he had no intention of using this stamp. What are you getting at? What am I arriving at this is that this commemorative stamp was in a frame. It was mere coincidence that he used it that night.
That would seems to be the case.
Or perhaps you're meant to suggest that I can somehow manipulate coincidence. Exclamation mark.
He does have a point. How would this witness know if the victim was going to use that specific stamp? Without that, he couldn't have planned the murder.
What? Really, Clavier? You should be seeing through this weak spine bluff by now. He's still sweating. No, but the note said that 7 years ago to use the stamp that was posted to mail back, like the stamp was sent to him. He's right, though. How could anyone have known Mr. Misham would use that stamp that night? Least of all, Christoph Gavin, locked away in his cell.
Well, it seems the defense has run out of things to say.
You assume he had something to say in the first place, Judge. I believe the defense's bluff has been called. The defense's bluff? I'm not sure I agree with you there, Christophe. Flavia. Honestly, I wanted to believe you, but the defense wasn't trying to get away with a bluff. You were, Christophe!
What are you saying, Prosecutor Gavin?
Yeah, how did he know that the stamp was in the frame? Her forehead! What was your accusation again? Oh, it was that this poison stamp killed Rumission, yeah? To which my brother responded thusly, there was no way to know when Mission would use the stamp.
Yes, that's right, which is why it could have been planned.
Tell me, it needs to be planned. Why? Huh? Why couldn't it have been a coincidence? The defense's case is simply that Rumission died by that stamp, that's all. Coincidence? Christophe, you tried to slip out from under his accusation by changing the subject. If that's not bluffing, what is it? What are you up to, Clavier? I could ask you the same question, Christophe. I silenced the defense with the fewest words possible. It's called efficiency.
But Mr. Gavin, that's impermissible testimony.
Very well. I shall take his claim head on then. Justice. What? You accuse me of Drew Misham's murder, yeah? Then allow me to ask you, what possible reason would I have to kill a painter?
Apollo! Motive! Let's talk about a motive! Indeed. It's hard to see how an attorney could come to want to kill a painter.
Now here's something. Why didn't he bring up the motive from the very beginning? Unless he was afraid it was a battle he might lose.
So, what does it mean?
It means there might be a weak spot. Maybe you have some evidence to prove a motive.
A motive for murder. This is a vital, if not the most vital, element of this case. Please consider it when making your statement.
I'd say it's about this vital. Double. That's pretty vital.
Well, Mr. Justice?
I'm going through with this no matter what. Understood, Your Honor. I'd like to present evidence. Pissed off, ... Yep. I'm gonna...
Let's see what you have for us then. What reason did Christophe Gavin have for wanting to murder Drew Mission?
Okay, so what do I need to prove here? The red envelope? Not sure, but I'm gonna save it just to be sure. Shit, I did the same thing again. Okay. Present this.
Take that!
Christophe Gavin's motive becomes clear when we consider why the stamp came into Misham's studio in the first place.
And why was that?
Forgery, Your Honor! Go back 7 years. Drew Misham accepted his first job grading forged evidence.
I've seen that before. A page from a diary, wasn't it? Magnify Grammary's diary.
Ah, when attorney Phoenix Wright lost his badge, yeah. This was the evidence he presented to his loss. This evidence is a fake, yes. But did Mr. Wright request the forgery be made? That was never proven!
Objection!
The defense attorney on that case was Phoenix Wright. Who other than him, drunk with the prospect of victory, could have done it? And why would they? Just out of curiosity, do you remember this letter? Mr. Drew Misham, I deposit this $100,000 in the designated account. Please send a receipt once you're confirmed the transfer. This is the first page. Sign the papers and send the enclosed envelope with enclosed stamp within 3 days. I need not remind you. This is the second. Of this to no, not speak to this to no one.
Yes, those were presented in court yesterday. This letter was sent to Drew Mission by the client who requested that forgery.
The enclosed stamp was none other than the poison commemorative stamp. Drew Bisham drew his last breath just the other day. However, the motive for his murder was already 7 years old. 7 years old? The client who requested this forgery was very cautious. He tried to erase anything and anyone with connection to the forgery.
To keep them from talking.
But he made a mistake.
The stamp was a picture of my favorite magician, so I kept it. Father took me when I was very young. It was a great magic show. I loved it so much.
The killer's time bomb was delayed. The poison stamp was sealed within a glass frame, where it sat for 7 whole years. Just check the light. Her forehead. Just want to check if that would work. Just want to adjust the brightness. Okay, I think it's better. It's not perfect, but okay. Her forehead. Do you understand what you're telling us? ... The one who schemed up the forged diary page was the one who poisoned the stamp. And it was Phoenix Wright who presented the forged evidence 7 years ago. Adding the two statements together, the one who schemed to kill Drew Misham is none other than Phoenix Wright!
Objection!
Sorry, but that's not how this is going to go down. Oh, then how will it go down? I checked through the records on that case when I found this! 7 years ago, just before the trial began.
Oh boy. Here.
What's this?
I don't know, I just got it over there in the hall. He told me to give it to the old boy in the blue suit and spiky hair.
This is a flashback from 7 years ago when Lucy gave the forged evidence to Phoenix. And one more thing.
I'm sorry to have sprung this on you so suddenly.
I received a file from your previous attorney only yesterday.
I understand I'm asking the impossible of you.
Yes, well, you haven't really told me what happened yet. All we did was play cards.
And that was enough.
This is the meeting with Enigmar and Phoenix. Phoenix Wright was put on the case the day before the trial started. Yes, the original lawyer was Christoph. He didn't have time to request a forgery. The day before. Now, here's a question. Just who was Chili Enigmar's previous defense attorney? Gustav, ... No, this can't all be. But it is all true. There was another man, a defense attorney with a badge on his collar. It was you, Christoph Gavin!
Order! 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 What is the meaning of this? Witness! Defendant! Former lawyer!
Let me begin by denying this.
Objection!
It's easy enough to look up, Mr. Gavin. And impossible to prove if you can't. Attorneys are registered with the court the day before the trial begins. In other words, no record remains in the court. How exactly did you intend to prove Phoenix Wright's claim?
That would be difficult. I'm afraid this line of inquiry won't yield.
Objection!
Forehead, are you sure you don't have evidence?
What's wrong with prosecuting Evan? He looks clammy.
Evidence! Evidence that showed this man, Christoph Gavin, requested that forgery 7 years ago. Javier. Just prove it! Clear up these doubts now, or I swear I'm off this case.
You must have thought of some evidence, Apollo.
Prosecutor Gavin looks like he's in physical pain. That darkness. I have to pull that darkness out of him, and proof is the only way I can. What proved Christoph Gavin's link to True Mission?
Well, Mr. Justice, you claim Christoph Gavin requested a forgery of True Mission 7 years ago. Prove it!
Can be proven. Simply ridiculous. Why even discussed it? This evidence does not...
Objection!
Are you telling the truth, Apollo Justice? I am. Then I say we give him the benefit of the doubt.
Very well, but if you're wrong about this, be prepared for a penalty!
Objection!
Another double penalty. Your Honor, you do the defense an injustice. Her Justice is clearly passionate about this claim. Should the penalty not match his passion? Oh, he's gonna quadruple! Oh, that's 3/4 of my life bar right there.
I've given you a penalty like this in a long time. Well, Mr. Justice?
Fine, Your Honor. All I have to do is prove any kind of link. Something that ties Christoph Gavin to True Mission. And I have something that clearly does the job.
Very well, Mr. Justice, present your evidence. Show us the link between our witness and True Mission.
Okay, this one's a toughie. And this one is for all the marbles. Or almost all the marbles. I need a drink. Be right back. I don't want to hold you in suspense, but I need a drink of water. Be right back. Okay, I just realized that my canister was nearby. I couldn't see it because it was hidden underneath some blankets. Alright. So, alright, back to here and here. Alright. So, something that ties this ties to True Mission. The envelope? Not until the time is right. Could it be it? Have I already opened it? Let me check. Looky here, a handwritten signature. It says, I cannot read it.
Now that seems odd to me. I mean, isn't the signature intended to show ownership? What's the use if no one can read it?
Isn't it enough if you can read your own?
Oh, I never thought of it that way.
Okay, I'm gonna check all the evidence, because that could be a big turnover if I open this in front of everybody. But do I have something else? The yellow envelope by True Mission before dying. There's an address on here and a name I've never heard of. At least I think so. It's too blurry to read. Is there a signature here? It says Drew Mission, so it's one of Drew Mission's envelope. But I'm gonna try and use the yellow envelope.
Take that!
This evidence proves there's a link.
Objection!
That scrap of paper, I'm afraid I can't let you submit that. Is there some problem? There is. How could you possibly have that? You couldn't. Yes, it's true, it's a simile. Because he has the original.
Hey, that's Daddy's handwriting.
Oh! That's a forgery! Yeah, it's a simile.
Honor, Mr. Wright's handwriting? What is the meaning of this?
Ah, I see now. Yes, of course.
What do you mean, of course?
I just remember I had a visitor yesterday. Phoenix Wright came to my cell, except I wasn't there. Phoenix Wright? When I returned, I saw he had something of mine in his possession. Of course, I had no intention of letting him get away with reading my private mail.
Mail? You mean this letter was in your cell?
No. However, it appears Mr. Wright has yet to be cured of his bad forging habit.
Well, if it's a forgery instead of a very good one, the handwriting's terrible.
This is Mr. Wright's reproduction of what was written in the real letter.
Reproduction?
When Mr. Wright visited Christoph Gavin's cell, he brought with him a small video camera. What? He recorded his entire conversation with you, Mr. Gavin, and the contents of your personal mail. Ark. Adjust his lock. Regardless, this mockery of a piece of evidence will never be accepted by the court. Evidence based on the video a man with no authority whatsoever claims he took. A man who happens to be an ex-attorney suspected of forgery.
Prosecutor Gavin?
He shakes his fist, still sweating. Prosecutor Gavin? As embarrassing as this is for me to say, I'm afraid my brother is incapable of making rational judgment at the moment. Your Honor, your decision, please.
Your defense claim is denied.
What?
Only actual evidence is permitted in a court of law. Please remove the defense's evidence from the record.
Better luck next time, Justice.
Well, we're certainly taking a detour from our cross-examination, but the defense appears to be lacking proof. I'm forced to end the cross-examination of Christoph Gavins at this point.
Polo, do something!
I'm thinking, but without evidence, I don't have anything I can use on him.
Very well. This ends the special witnesses cross-examination.
Objection!
Gavin? The show's over, yet the crowd screams for more. Only now do I understand why.
Prosecutor Gavin?
Frankly, I'm relieved. This has been bothering me for 7 whole years. And I'm tired of the whole youthful angst scene. Now's our chance. Let's clean out the family closet, eh, Christoph? Javier, you're spinning out of control. Calm yourself before you say something you'll regret. Spinning out of whose control? Mine or yours? Take a moment to consider everything you've built. Your reputation as a prosecutor, your fame with the masses. You could lose it all, Javier.
Polo, did you see that? He's trying to press Prosecutor Gavin.
Prosecutor Gavin. Hello, Tyler Hoot. How you doing? Doing good. This is the conclusion of Ace Attorney. Apollo Justice. Try to remember what's really important to you. You amuse me, Air Forehead. I couldn't forget what's really important to me even if I tried. Question exclamation mark. In fact, I haven't, not even once. 7 years ago. Now we see a flashback of a young Clavier with short hair. Finally! You just couldn't resist, could you, Airite? Resist what? Presented solid evidence? Might I request we put the current cross-examination on hold? The prosecution would like to call a new witness. And that was Drew. State your name and occupation for the record. I'm familiar with the trial. I watched the video several times. Did you find anything unnatural about it?
Unnatural?
I hope you're going good, Tyler. I'm having a good day as well. I don't know for how long I'm gonna be streaming, but I love that I'm back with my OBS setup. It changed a little bit, and yay! Oh, giddy. But I'm gonna focus on my moving out first, because now I like tidy up all my stuff. I upgraded my Windows 10. And now, I can finally do this! And that's been itching for a while, so that's why, well, you did seem unusually well prepared. I mean, Mr. Wright had only just presented his evidence, and the next moment you called in Drew Mission. It was almost as if you knew. Wait. Almost as if what? Funny, it didn't even occur to me to wonder. But now that I do, I see there's only one possible explanation. Almost as if from the very beginning, you knew Mr. Wright was going to present that evidence.
Oh!
Correct! Exclamation mark. I knew that if I applied the usual pressure, Felix Wright would eventually come up with that forged diary page. Don't do this, Clavier. I knew because you told me, Christophe. What? Convoluted? There was... So, the original plan was that he would have been facing against his brother on trial, and then the defendant changed attorney last minute for Phoenix since he was pissed because he couldn't pin this on Zach. He told Christophe, hey, if he does that, it was the night before the trial. Well, yeah. Christophe, I'll see you at the prosecution's office the day before the trial. Yeah, I won't be appearing at the trial, actually. Huh? Why not? I won't be visiting out with you on your first trial, apparently. But in exchange, I brought information. Information? The attorney will be there in my place tomorrow. It's not to be trusted. Don't ever give him the benefit of your respect. Listen, I want you to call in a special witness. Then, I wonder about it at the time. How did Christophe know so much? Prosecutor Gavin. Christophe! We were supposed to face each other in that trial. A fair fight, brother to brother. I deserve that much. You let me borrow the victim's belongings. You showed me all your research on the case. The victim's belongings? Which would have included Magnify's diary, wouldn't it?
Mr. Gavin?
My, Clavier, you disappoint me. You find trees, yet miss the forest.
You're the one missing the forest, Mr. Gavin.
...
You can't sweep this under the rug, not anymore. Tell me what was going on behind that trial.
Why not? I've achieved what I came here to do. I see no harm in a little reminiscing.
Apollo! I think we're finally going to shine a light on the black belly of this thing, Trucy. We've done everything we could. I hope it's enough.
7 years ago, the day before the trial, I visited the detention center at the request of my client, Zach Gramery. 2 cards. 1 card.
Showdown time.
Enough!
You lose, Gavin. Thanks for the work. Now go.
To be honest, I don't know what his reason was to this day. As far as I could tell, he dismisses me as his reputation because I lost in a game of poker. I can come to no other conclusion.
Daddy used to say something. If you want to know a man, you have to compete.
Zach wasn't watching his points or the cards. He was watching the man behind the cards, Christoph Gavin.
I couldn't believe it. Phoenix Wright, a second-rate attorney who relies on luck and bluffs. He dismissed me and went with that pitiful excuse of a man. He deserved to die for that error alone.
Hold it! So, the one who requested that forgery was...
Oh, I'm not admitting to anything. My point is, these 2 men shamed me, and I could not forgive that. Phoenix Wright and Zach Gramery both deserve what they got.
So you asked Mr. Bishop to forge that evidence so you could win? But then when you were dismissed as Zach Gramery's attorney, you used your forged evidence as a trap. You fed me information about the forgery you made. Then you gave your dirty evidence to him.
You're free to imagine what you will. My point is that all I had imagined came to pass. Everything went perfectly according to Kekaku.
That's Clavier laughing, by the way. Incredible! Wunderbar! If I wasn't laughing, I would weep.
Prosecutor Gavin?
Perfectly! You're mad, Christoph. Stop fooling yourself!
What are you talking about, Clavier?
Tell me, how did that trial end?
Cancelled when the defendant vanished.
Ah, I get it. So, Christoph, you've been living in fear for 7 years!
What?
You were afraid your forgery would be revealed and your reputation trashed. You couldn't leave things to chance, so you watched everyone involved with the case for 7 years.
You know, he always felt like he was being watched. That's what he said, every day for 7 years. But I felt too, journalist sure is being watched, end quote. Don't you wonder why Zach Gramery got rubbed up after 7 years? Right after coming into contact with me?
Wait just a minute. Zach Gramery was seen by this reporter? How is that possible? Was he alive after being gone 7 years?
Finally, I knew this moment was coming. I just didn't think we'd get here so fast. Zach Gramery got missing for 7 years, Trucy's father.
What's wrong, Apollo? Go get him!
Right, leave it to me. She doesn't know yet. She doesn't know that Smith was actually her father. Allow me to refresh the court's memory. 6 months ago, Christoph Gavin was charged with murdering a mysterious traveler.
I remember it quite well. A Shady Smith, was it? Poisoned in a Chinese restaurant. Tragic.
The details don't really matter right now. What matter is that traveler was Zach Gramarye! Dot.
What is it, Apollo?
Huh?
Keep going. We'll talk about it later.
What, she knew? Did she already know?
Someone please explain this. Mr. Justice, can you explain this?
Mm-hmm. It all started 7 years ago. The great magician, Nigh Gramarye's death started it. Nigh Gramarye's death and his student, Zach Gramarye, the suspect. Whoever defended Zach in court successfully would be famous beyond belief. Thinking that, Christoph Gavin did the unthinkable. He forged evidence.
Drew Misha?
Actually, it was his daughter, Vera, who really did the work. You took precaution when you had that forgery made, didn't you, Mr. Gavin?
Precautions?
To keep people from talking, of course. These two know too much. Leave them alive and there'll be nothing but trouble. That's when you plan your poisoning of the forgers. Atroquidin applies to a commemorative stamp. But luck was on Mr. Mission's side. The bomb didn't go off.
His daughter. She saved him by taking the stamp. Oh, I see.
But that wasn't the only bomb he set up. The Ariadne nail polish, of course. You noticed something when you requested that forgery. When Vera Misham is nervous, she has a bad habit. A tendency to bite her nails.
Oh,
Yeah, she had that 7 years ago and she still has that now. That nail polish was her good luck charm.
Well, she was almost kidnapped once. Since then, she's been, well, you can see for yourself. She refused to leave the house.
That person gave me a good luck charm for when I absolutely have to go outside. It protects me.
Yeah, apparently she received something, a gift. She won't tell me what it was. It was from that client, the one who wanted that note made.
It was his insurance.
insurance?
As long as she lived quietly at home, there was no danger to her. But what if she had to go outside? If she ran into any trouble, she would become nervous. And the nail polish would do the rest. His time bomb sat there for 7 years. And then they went off almost simultaneously. Looking at Clavier, looking at Trucy, looking at the judge, looking at Christoph. Adjusting his glasses. If you're finished, may I return to my cell now? I'm not accustomed to standing for so long. I'm not accustomed to standing for such long periods of time. Mr. Gavin, have you heard of a single thing we said? Oh, I've listened quite closely to your little tale. Quite an entertaining piece of fiction. What? Clavier, surely you understand. ... We're back to the evidence, the lacking of evidence. Nothing proves a link between him and the atroquinin that took Drumishan's life.
Objection!
What about the restaurant? You killed Zach Gramarye to keep him from talking. Oh, I killed no man of that name. I killed a Shady Smith. Read over the report again if you like. The victim was a traveler by the name of Shady Smith, about whom we know little else. You can't seriously think I knew he was that particular fugitive.
Objection!
Okay, then why did you kill him?
I paid my right to remain silent. Remember, this court did not convene to put me on trial. The defendant's name is Vera Misham, suspected in the murder of her father. My trial's been finished for 6 months now.
Afraid we have strayed considerably from our purpose here. This court concurs with the witness. It is defendant Vera Misham who is on trial here.
No, but you were doing so good, Apollo.
As long as there is no evidence to support the accusation against him, this course of inquiry cannot find Vera Misham innocent.
Objection!
Your Honor, Phoenix Wright spent 7 years collecting this evidence.
Objection!
You still don't get it, do you? Let us assume there was poison in the nail polish. Who then was responsible for causing Vera Misham to bite her nails?
What?
It wasn't me, I know that much. The one who brought that poison to her lips was you. What?
What?
Adjust his glasses. Evidence is everything. There is nothing more.
I believe this discussion has reached its conclusion.
Your Honor!
Mr. Justice, you have performed admirably well for a novice attorney. I respect your partner, Phoenix Wright's determination as well.
However, without direct proof, you have nothing. Isn't that right, Clavier? Unfortunately, yeah, Christophe, you're right. That is, if you would have been right until now. What? Did the news not reach your desk in solitary? The eyes of the nation are on this courtroom today. This is the trial case for a new judicial system.
That's right.
I totally forgotten.
The jurist system.
Jurist, you say?
The current judicial system has been deemed too closed off from society. This new system attempts to inject the wisdom of common citizens into the law.
Common citizen? Wisdom? Is this some kind of a joke? What could we possibly gain by doing this? Entrusting our judicial system to a mindless emotional mob of irrational malbreeders?
Common citizens have something called common sense. Common sense is not restricted by the law.
Nonsense! There is only room for two in this court. Me and the law. Keep the riffraff out! Out, I say! ... Such an holistic bitch. They're not in the court, actually. They're watching everything by video camera. How can you allow this? Incidentally, the one responsible for making this happen was, hold your breath, Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright. Phoenix Wright. He's banging his head. He's banging his fist. So, everything was leading to this, of course. Right? He's yelling, turning into a Super Saiyan. Then he faints. Right! And all his errors are mangled. I won't accept. I can't accept. This is no court. The law. The law is everything. The law is absolute. You let ignorance find swallow your court. Christophe, it's over. Clavier! The law is absolute. You can't be serious. What? Odd. I thought you spent your life looking for a loophole. The law is an absolute. It's filled with contradiction.
The Law is the end product of many years of history, the fruit of human knowledge. Like a gem, polished to a gleam through trials and errors. It is this fruit we receive and pass on and face in our time. And it is always changing, growing, nurturing. It is our task as nurturing it is our task as human beings.
Except for you, Christoph. You aren't changing. You have stopped. You're not needed anymore. I couldn't think of anything to say. Maybe because I still haven't seen enough. But someday, I'll know what law is. And I'll fight to change it if I have to.
I see no need to further prolong this trial.
I'm gonna take a sip after that. I held myself because of my neighbors, but I would have gone for full yell just for this moment with Christoph.
I see no need to further prolong this trial. This began as the trial of Vera Misham, accused of murdering her father. The painter drew Misham, however. Several other incidents were reviewed, and we seem to have reached a conclusion. Before this court declares a verdict, I await your decision. Jurist of the court. For the death of Drew Misham, how do you find the defendant, Vera Misham? Innocent? Or guilty? I turn to you now to consider this matter.
Undisclosed location. October 9th, 12:48 p.m. Jurist chamber. This ends the trial for this case. Only the verdict remains to be decided. Defendant Vera Misham is currently in intensive care. If a decision cannot be reached today, it may never be reached. The factors involved are simple. We're back with Phoenix. Did the defendant poison her father that night? If so, she is guilty. Or was there another reason for Mr. Misham's death? Did another person poison him? If so, she is innocent. A panel has been provided for each of you to input your decisions. That is all. Number 6. Please wait! Yes, jurist number 6?
There's something in the jurist handbook here. Persons involved with the case may not be jurists.
That is correct. I've looked into all your dossiers. None of you were involved with the development of the case.
With the development of the case?
I see. Wait. The person that was at the beginning of the chapter that was talking, which has no name that seems to remember some stuff, she thinks she's involved with the case because they're talking about grammary. But Phoenix says she was not involved with the development of the case. You see? I think we have our answer right there, folks. If we see a familiar figure when she's gonna press the guilty or the not guilty button, we have our answer. Does that answer your concern? ... Okay, so it's time for your verdicts. Make your decision in the case against Vera Misham. After 7 years, the truth is ready to be heard. Phoenix ... Judge wisely. Judge well. Not guilty or guilty? Yes. It's a female. We see a woman in cloak in the reflection of the panel. We see her hand. My God, she looks like La Miroir. But okay, if I press guilty, what happened is probably that nobody would reach an agreement, and she might die before the end of the trial. So we're gonna hurry up since everybody gotta say not guilty, and we push a lot to say not guilty. It doesn't matter if we failed to prove that Christoph was actually the culprit or not, since he was already accused guilty of killing Shane Smith. He's a dead man anyway. But in order to save Vera Misham from getting killed, even though she's being poisoned right now, let's say non-guilty. Confirm. Then we press confirm. And then we see the bangle. Yes. There's a star pattern on the sleeves of her. And there's the Apollo's bangle on her right wrist. So, get this. This is what happened. The Thalassa was killed in Virginia, but she did not die. The game won't explain. That's why I'm telling you right now. She was saved by a Virginia operation, but the bullets made her blind. And she had no memory of who she was. So for a moment, she had to start anew, and she thought she was born in Virginia. She learned Borginese, and she realized she had a passion for the arts, and she created a persona of La Miroir. Now her old memories are coming back, but what it doesn't say is, was the panel accessible for the blind? Did she gain her sight after gaining her memory? I doubt it, because that's not how physiology works. But yeah, La Miroir, aka Thalassa Gramarye, aka Apollo's and Trucy's mom, was in the jury. So that's why she asked, am I involved in the case? Kinda. But not during the development of the case, since she had nothing to do. She was like out of the picture. She's related to people who are in the case, but not involved, or whatever. So is she gonna meet her children? I don't know. And so a verdict was reached on October 9th, 2:14 p.m., which is almost an hour compared to the first verdict under the jury system. Innocent by unanimous decision. The record will show that when the verdict was announced, special witness Christoph Gaffen laughed louder than any ever heard before or since. Yeah, he laughed so much. A laugh that echoed in the halls of justice, lingering for what seemed like hours. October 10th, 8:30 a.m., the morning after the trial. In an intensive care ward, a true miracle occurred. Vera Misham opened her eyes. October 10, 10:12 a.m., Hickville Clinic. Vera, this is Apollo. I'm so glad
Oh, don't cry, Apollo. I'm happy too, and proud. You did well, Apollo. When I thought about what if Vera,
Hey, now, don't you start crying too.
Sorry you have to see us like...
Oh, sorry. Sorry, Vera. Sorry you have to see us like this. ... Now she's smiling. Vera?
Thank you so much, Apollo. Thank you.
No, I'm sorry. I should have pressed you like that. If I haven't, you never would have bitten your nails.
Oh no, I was wrong. Staying locked inside like that, clinging to my good luck charm.
Vera,
When I opened my eyes and I saw you, I finally understood. It's important to be a part of the world. You see things with your own eyes.
it looked like that poison had some effect after all. It killed off whatever was holding Vera back from life.
I knew you'd pull through, Vera. I mean, that's what Apollo was fighting for the whole time. Your future! I won't forget it. Here, let me thank you.
She's gonna draw something? Oh, no, really, it's okay. Oh, she's drawing. Oh, that's a portrait of Vera.
Oh, look, it's me! I love it, thanks!
Then another one. What's this? Bunny ears? Is that me? Oh, that's the lock of hair. That's the spiky hair that Apollo has. Is that supposed to be me?
Oh, she really captured your essence, Apollo. Well, I think so, at least. That reminds me. Do you know where the other lawyer is?
Oh, the other lawyer.
Oh, you mean Daddy? Except he's not a lawyer anymore. It's my fault, isn't it? I'm sorry. Oh, no, that's not what I meant. No, it's okay. I'm through looking away from the things I've done. I hope I can look him in the eyes again someday and apologize. I'm sure he'd be happy.
I'm sure he'd be happy to hear that.
He brought all those things for me when he came to visit earlier.
Oh, so that's why it looks like Phoenix Chamber, like all the copies of the Steel Samurai series? You mean that stack of videos? Mr. Wright finished watching them all? There's even the piano and the grape juice on the bottom, like a miniature piano like in Charlie Brown. Grape juice.
You know, I knew my real daddy was alive.
Huh?
I was there 7 years ago, remember? I was the one who helped him vanish from the courtroom.
You did what? How?
I'm not telling. He promised me that day he went away.
We may not meet again for some time, Trucy. But know this, I will be watching, and one day I shall return. You're the next Grammarly after all.
Oh, Trucy. In the end, he couldn't keep that promise, could he?
Oh, it's okay. Phoenix is my daddy now. Even if he can't really play the piano.
That he can't.
Oh, and I've got you too. Even if your voice is kind of loud sometimes.
Glad I made your list.
Hey, come to think of it, where is Daddy? The one who can't play. You know Apollo?
I think he said he had to meet someone.
I wonder. Maybe it's a new mommy. Oh, Jersey? Yes, Vera? I was wondering, could you show him to me once more? Sir Hat, was it? Show me Mr. Hat. Oh, he's not being knighted yet. Here goes. You want some impersonation, Mr. Hat?
Here you go. Ba-ba-dum-ba-bum.
Objection, ahem.
Not loud enough. And I like Miss Magic underwear better anyway.
That's magic panties, Apollo.
Now back to Wright and Co. So, your memories return.
Mr. Wright, was this all a part of your plan too?
I don't know what you're talking about.
When I lost my memory, I was reborn as La Miroir. But you know my true identity, did you not? That is why you choose me as one of your jurists.
Ah, you're thinking into it too much. Besides, there was no guarantee that regaining your memory would make you happy.
Of course, it is a happy thing.
Ah, we have La Miroir's song in the background. Nice. For so long, I thought I was alone.
Oh,
For so long I thought I was alone, but now I know I have children. 2 dear children. I'm so proud of them. This too, I think it's thanks to you.
You're going to tell them?
They don't know?
Nope. They don't know their mother. They don't even know their siblings.
I will go to them when the time is right. Until then,
Don't worry, I'll take care of them for you. They're very important to me too. A little annoying at times, but still. I have to keep an eye on her at least. Because I'm the only one who knows how she really feels on the inside. Your bracelet.
Yes?
I've seen a lot of mysterious things these past 7 years. But your bracelets were the strangest of all. I remember meeting him half a year ago now in Christoph Gavin's office. And then I met you. 2 fates destined to intertwine. And I was there when they crossed. I'll never forget that. ...
Such a small thing, that bullet. Yet it tore who I was away. 10 years ago, during a simple rehearsal. It was a miracle no one died, but I didn't survive that accident. That is why I left the troupe. My family.
...
Now my memory has returned. I am myself once more. For the first time, I'm glad to be alive, Mr. Wright.
Speaking of miracles, Vera Misham regained consciousness this morning. I can only hope she's as glad as you are.
It is a strange thing, fate. Sometime a life is taken, sometime a life is spared.
You know what I've been thinking? People don't die that easily, really. As long as they've got something worth living for.
And that's pretty much the end of my story. For now, anyway. I've still got a long way to go, and this power of mine, well, it needs some work. But there's hope now. We've lost it, but somehow we found it again. That's why people are smiling again. Hope. Yeah, I'll think I can keep at this lawyer thing for a while. Oops, training time. Gotta go. Course of steel. Here comes justice.
There you go. This is it.
I'm glad you're staying with the agency, Apollo. It's like I found my long-lost big little brother. Oh, don't you worry about True Grammary. Josie's on the case. Now that I have this, thanks to Daddy.
Passing rights. Oh yeah. Crossing Grammary. Frankly, I got my doubts, but hand Grammary. Now that will pack them in. Oh, now it turns into a picture. Oh, that's nice. There you go. We're gonna talk at the end of the cruise. It's not every day you get a trial that talks harder than one of our gigs, Jan. That's why it's over. The Gaviners are breaking up. The news cars a run of tissues at supermarket nationwide. You're the real stars now. I look forward to our next jam session. Yeah, it's no longer member because the guitarist was guilty. He was a corrupted Interpol agent. Well, it's finally over, this Phoenix. You know, thinking about it, I've been a piano player longer than I was a lawyer. Now that's everything sorted, and I've got times on my hand. Maybe I'll take some lessons. Or maybe I'll take the bar exam again. Who knows? Oh, he's gonna take the bar. We haven't seen the last of him. There's 2 other games with Phoenix Wright at the bar. Oh, Emma Sky.
So, I was standing around eating snack ooze the other day
when I got this crazy idea. What if they were golden snackoos? You could augment the crunch, or better yet, make them ding! Ah, the power of science! Although the preservatives might not be 100% safe on...
Olga!
I unlikely invent you are wanting Russian feast. Come to the Borsch Club, the only thing colder than the restaurant is Borsch. Now, but a greater challenge is being required.
Turns into Orly. Ha! Then come to the hideout. You know who to ask for.
I forgot about Olga. Olga Early. Gonna see Gael Doom. Oh, this is the matriarch.
So, Kentucky Pastries is getting back to Eastern roots. We spread the culture and all. Yo, boss, culture time. This is how we write root, capiche? But we're still about giving back to the people. Yo, boss, PR time.
Opens his eyes.
And this is how we write people, alright? Not that Walkie's paying the attention. Whew, kids.
Yeah, Wookie the Fox.
Ahoy! Trying these characters on gigs was fly idea like 3,000 years ago, believe that! Man, you wanna make it today, you gotta keep it real, you know what I'm saying? Yo, that's why I made the OG cracker, for real! I know you don't look like no cracker, G, what want me to call it the OG muffin? Ooh, believe it!
Yeah, this cracker has some jam coming out like book.
I don't know where all this talk about food is coming from. You ask me, there's only one food and that's noodles! Noodles forever! I get a new one too! See, this time I just put a big chunk of salt in the bowl. Why pretend that those noodles are not salt? Salt forever!
No more noodles, just salt. No roundabout. Oh! The scholar, my exceptionally inquisitive nature has won me unequivocal adoration to my department. You see, they used to call me Wesley Stickers and Wesley Sticky Hands. But no longer. I have a new name, one that reflects my true academic nature. Wesley Sicko reporting. Yes, curiosity is a sickness, and I am the cure. Yeah, Wesley Stickler. The witness was a panty thief because he was curious. Academic curiosity. Ah, le miroir.
I don't know how to thank you all for your done. Light has just occurred to my life, and with it joy. I may have lost years, but I have gained a treasure. 2 treasures, in fact. I will think of them when I write my next song.
Yeah, she no longer has her cloak. She's exposing her face and her beauty. She's wearing a white dress, but she's still wearing her diamond color from the... Oh, brusha, here, back on the beat with another interview. Hey, how do I feel about how things turned out? Well, no scoop yet, but journalist's confidence is mint condition. And quote, wah! He's tying himself with his tongue. And the picture has been taken like that. Yeah, the brooch that La Miroir is wearing is the one from Plaza.
I've decided to keep painting. Originals only, of course. I suppose I have to see a bit of the world outside to find what to paint. But I know there are good peoples out there now. I've met them.
She's gonna draw them.
The door is open. The world is waiting. Thank you.
Now she see she shows a Gramarye silhouette with the four club hearts, coins, and spades. Nice sketch. That was his sketch of Mr. Hat, Apollo, and Trucy. Signed Misham. Oh, that's cute. Oh, that's cute. All right. Is there a post-credit scene, or is that it? Yeah, that's it. All right, so this is it for Apollo Justice. 2 hours and 20. I thought it would be done in like maybe an hour and a half because I talked a lot. Okay, so yeah, there was a lot to unpack. It was a lot of story, like the muffin, like very filled with bullet holes that the jelly inside's pouring out like blood. That was pretty funny. And yeah, I wasn't expecting doing a voice because I couldn't remember them. But yeah, the boss with his big voice, and he opened his eyes because the first like we think that his eyebrows are like shadows inside of his face, but then he opens and gets cleared. They're selling crackers, just like in Yakuza Like a Dragon. All right, so this is it. I hope you enjoy this string. I'm enjoying it a lot. But yeah, it was only supposed to be a test. I'm gonna check for the quality after that. I wasn't meant to stream for that long, so what I'm gonna do, yeah. So about the future plans, like I'm gonna be focused. The next week is gonna be basically focused on moving out. As soon as I'm in my other place, I might do a little stream with the laptop. I might start um Ace Investigation Miles Edgeworth Part 2, which is a ROM on the DS, which is it's a fan sub because the original this was never translated in English. So that's why the only the first one was in English, and the second one was never made it to the West, and somebody translated it and made it on top of I forgot what I have to do to make it work, but basically this is gonna be the plans for later on. I'm gonna put a note on my Discord, like if you want to see my plugs, this is my plugs for Discord. You can DM me on Twitch, because every time I try to put my plugs, the thing on Discord's always change, and I hate that. And I hope you're gonna be able, if you want to join my Discord, I'm gonna send you a personal invite. So just holler up, and I'm gonna invite you into my channel, and then you can see some other clips that I sent in, some other also YouTube clips that I stream, because sometimes I post on Twitch and sometimes I stream outside of streaming. Like with my PlayStation, I record stuff and I send them on YouTube. I wish I could send everything on YouTube, but for some reason, Twitch is allergic to my YouTube account. It's always like that. All right. So we are gonna raid Prismatic Rage. I think she's doing some arts and crafts. Prismatic. I believe this is the first time we're raiding her. If not, it's been like 3 weeks since I haven't done so. Yeah, she's gonna enjoy this. So yeah. So this is Deminal Mascador signing off. I wish you a wonderful end of afternoon. Where I'm gonna continue moving. We're gonna see you in a month in my new place, and this is the last time you're gonna see this bedroom. But you're probably gonna see these curtains. That's for sure. And maybe these drapes, but maybe not. But yeah, I hope you're gonna enjoy your little thing. So I'm gonna put back the music. Take care, everyone. Thank you for streaming, and bye. maybe not that song. What's this one? Oh, it's from Attore Linico. Sure, why not?
Do la sol fe ju hi ku o en te